Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins both received a 4-year extension today from the Golden State Warriors, so they are locked in for the long haul. And the problem with this is this essentially takes the Lakers completely out of the Andrew Wiggins race. Many people really wanted to see Andrew Wiggins go to the Lakers. The Lakers try to pursue him. Would have been a nice fit next to LeBron and Anthony Davis, but nonetheless, no Andrew Wiggins, no fantasy of Jordan Poole. None of that stuff. They are locked in for the long haul. And the reason I'm bringing this up and talking about this is because it's important to know going into next offseason, right? The Lakers, as much as I want them not to just do a trade to do a trade, there is a question of like, do they need to find a trade at some point this season? And not even just for Russell Westbrook. Because here's the thing. I understand many people are like, well, you need Russell Westbrook off the roster. You need to get rid of Russ, this, that, and the other. But the problem is like you can't just do a deal just to do a deal, and then now you're locked in and trapped for the next several seasons. It's better to have one bad year than several bad years. So I don't want them to do a deal just to do a deal. But the cap space that they are trying to preserve is just, it's not going to work out the way that they want it to, because there's not many options next season regardless, and we're seeing all of the well starting to dry up, right? Like, outside of Kyrie Irving, there's not really any game-changing players next season because they're all sticking around, right? James Harden, unless he decides to opt out, which I don't think he will, then that's it. Next, it was like the next tier of guys. The Andrew Wiggins, the Gary Trents, guys like that. And those guys are starting to get locked up. Those guys are starting to be on their teams for the long haul. And so I don't know what the free agent market is going to look like come free agency next season. It might be as bad as it was this year. And that was the problem for the Lakers this year, is there were no free agents to go and get anybody. Again, I'm not saying the Lakers need a now, that's it, Andrew Wiggins off the market, go turn around and go make a trade. That's it, time to go, get a trade done. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I still want to see the Lakers continue to be patient because who knows what's going to happen, especially with the whole Victor Wembanyama thing. Teams are going to tank. Teams are going to unload guys. Teams are going to try to do whatever they can to get as terrible as they can going into the rest of this season. So the Lakers are going to have options, especially as the season progresses around the trade deadline. Not to mention like what star may want out, something like that, like a Bradley Beal, something along those lines. Then there you go. Maybe you can make a deal for that. Not saying it'll happen, just throwing out the idea there. You never know what tomorrow will bring, right? But one thing that this does do that I think is very interesting is I think the Warriors made their decision on Draymond Green. I really do. I think because look, if they give Draymond a max contract like he wants, the Warriors in just the luxury tax, let me stress this, just the luxury tax, the Warriors would pay $513 million next season. $513 million next season in just luxury tax. They would be paying 75% of $1 billion in salary next season if they give Draymond Green a max extension. That's insane to think about. It would be the highest salary in NBA history, which was previously owned by the Warriors. And the Warriors had, when the Warriors had Kevin Durant and all those guys on max deals. That is absolutely insane. And the Warriors are not Kevin Durant on the Warriors. So I don't think Draymond has the value to the Warriors like he once did. I think Andrew Wiggins is much more important to that Warriors team. I think what he brings and what he provides is more of a need than what Draymond does anymore. I just think that they've kind of moved in a different direction, which is not a bad thing. The Warriors at some point were going to have to make tough decisions. The Warriors at some point were going to have to switch it up. And I think they won their championship, and they're looking at it as, okay, it's time to switch it up. Now, look, maybe they do extend Draymond. Maybe they do give him the money. Or maybe he takes it on a smaller deal. Maybe he'll take $15 million a year, something along those lines. But you're hearing all the murmurs. You're hearing all the talk of Draymond Green wanting to leave, that he's going to leave the Warriors, and the Lakers are an option and a destination for him. It's a place that he wants to go to. And now you see the extension of Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins, and you still don't see or hear anything from Draymond Green. And maybe at some point today, because there was a couple hour gap between the Jordan Poole and the Andrew Wiggins contracts. So maybe at some point today they will lock up Draymond long term. Maybe at some point when you're watching this video they have already locked up Draymond long term. I don't know, but as of right now, at least as of recording this video, there is nothing in regards to Draymond Green and a contract extension. Not even a word about it. So I don't think I think this is it. There have been a lot of people. Stephen A. Smith has been really on the Draymond Green is leaving campaign. But we've heard murmurs from other people and stuff that Draymond's out, on his way out. And I think the Warriors are okay with that. I really do. I don't think Draymond Green's going to get anywhere close to what he wants. I don't think he's even a $20 million a year player. I think he's closer to like a $10 to $12 million a year player. But I could see a team probably giving him around $15 million, somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe a team like Detroit, maybe they would be like, hey, hometown guy, it'd be a nice story. We got a lot of young guys. Maybe they pay him like, 20 plus million. But I don't see any legit team saying, oh, we're going to give you a bunch of money. I just don't. I don't think he has that impact anymore on teams. And look, I think Draymond was in the perfect situation with the Warriors. I don't think Draymond I don't think he's a bad player or anything like that, but I think the Warriors made him look so much better with the schemes that they run, the way that they run their offense, and having Steph, Clay, and all those guys. Draymond was really able to just kind of be a role facilitator guy. But on an amplified level, because the Warriors were so good. So he was like the third guy. I think if he was to go to the Lakers, I have a lot of concerns of how that would work. I think it would be a lot of fun to watch, especially if they have guys like Patrick Beverley still on the team and stuff. I just don't think that Draymond, I don't know how that fit would look. I don't know how the Lakers would look in that situation. I don't know if Draymond would have the impact, because I don't think he has the impact that he once used to. And I think the Warriors are just going in another direction. They got Kuminga, they got Moses Moody, they got Wiseman now, Poole, guys like that. Not to mention how great they are at drafting and stuff. They're gonna get other young guys. Like this is gonna be a interesting transition for the Warriors, and then for the Lakers, like I could see the Lakers going after Draymond Green. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I don't know how I feel about it. But overall, I just think that the Lakers need to continue to look at Russell Westbrook trades. I love Russ. I have been a huge defender of Russ. I believe that Russ is buying in, and I'm a huge supporter of him, and I really think so. But if you can find a good deal, and I've always said this from day one, if there is a good deal, the Lakers got to take it. If you could get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner for, for one first, I think the Lakers got to do it. A lot of people seem to not be able to grasp that, I can support and want the best for Russell Westbrook, but still think he's not the greatest fit in the world and wants to be traded. People seem to think it's either one or the other. You either support Russ or you want him traded. But in reality, you can do both. It's possible to actually like Russell Westbrook as a player and actually think that he's been impressive and actually making changes and willing to come off the bench. And if they can make it work, the Lakers can be really good. That's something you could believe too, and still think if a trade came along that was a great trade, they should trade him. Just like Anthony Davis, just like LeBron James. If for whatever reason tomorrow the Milwaukee Bucks were like, we'll trade you Giannis for Russell Westbrook straight up, I would be on here for a week saying, look, the Lakers need to trade LeBron James for just because I like LeBron, I think he's a great player, I think he's still one of the top players in this league, doesn't mean if there is a good deal on the table that makes you better now and in the future, you don't do that deal. And I just wanted to clarify that for people. And just, because there's a lot of people I even see in the comments and stuff that will express how they support Russ and stuff, but that they want to trade. And then I see them, people reach out to it's got to be one or the other. It doesn't, but back to the point is that, Russell Westbrook, I think the Lakers really need to find that trade, and just keep searching. Again, don't force a trade. If one comes, but I don't think the cap space is going to be as valuable as they want it to be. I don't think that there's going to be guys out there that are going to change the fate of the Lakers. Now, could you save that cap space and get like 3 mid-tier guys? Sure. Like, could you get like maybe just throwing out guys, but like a Miles Turner, Bogdanovich, and I don't know, maybe a Gary Trent. Maybe Gary Trent would take $20 million a year or something like that. And now you got these guys. Like, cool. Like, sure. Would that make us better? Yeah, definitely. But like any game-changing guys, the salary is not. The guys aren't going to be there for the salary. It's just not. It's just not going to happen. So the Lakers, if they can find a deal now that makes them better now and in the future, the next few seasons, I think the Lakers got to do it. I think the Lakers got to pull the trigger on a deal that makes them better now and in the foreseeable future. Because I don't think that there's any free agents that are coming to save the Lakers and save the day. I don't. They're just not out there. They're just not. And so I think if you want, if you want 3 mid-tier guys, why not get them now? Why not just go trade and get them now to help you now and next season? And then you just re-sign everybody, and now you got the same team for the next 2-3 years. And obviously, hopefully it works, but I just think whatever the situation calls for, they need to start exploring trades and they need to start looking at trades, which, according to Woj, the Lakers are supposed to start again. And then if one pops up, you take it. Again, I don't think any of the deals on the table right now are worth both firsts. So I'm not saying that the Lakers should go trade both first now. I still don't think so. Again, no trade is better than a bad trade, and the Lakers shouldn't just make a trade to make a trade. And there's no guarantee that Kyrie Irving comes and saves the day next season. And the Lakers are operating as that way. The Lakers are hoping that that's the case. Even Stephen A. Smith and all these reports are coming out saying that Kyrie Irving is still going to the Lakers next season. And maybe he does. Maybe he does. He comes, he saves the day, and all is right in the world. That's always a possibility. But if you're the Lakers, I don't think you can bank on that. Like, what if the Nets are really good this year and the Nets decide to give Kyrie a max extension? You're screwed. What happens if he just decides to and just changes his mind? I think you're screwed. Like, I don't think the Lakers can wait for Kyrie Irving to, if there's nothing better, then yeah. And I'm not talking about a player-wise. I'm not saying better players. But I'm saying, like, if there's not a good deal now, then yeah. Then it doesn't hurt to wait and see if Kyrie comes or not. But if you can find a good deal, I think you got to make the trade. I think you got to make it happen. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think that this is the end of Draymond with the Warriors? Do you think he comes to the Lakers? Do you want him to come to the Lakers? Do you think the Lakers should just make a trade, make a deal? However you feel, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comment section below.